Hi, I'm William Lobato. This is my research fellowship that I was participating in, a new perspective on the digs in Isthmia. It was a unique situation in which I have the ability to have access to all of the data through various digs that took place at the sanctuary Poseidon in Isthmia, Greece between 1960 and 1980. What we really wanted to be able to do here is take data and put a new perspective on it. It's very important not only to the understanding of the site and the importance of it and the importance of what we can glean from raw data, but also as an important retrospective look at how archaeology has changed, and critically how our use of archaeology can change our perspective on cultures, religions, and people in general, critically a human approach to it. So what that starts as before I am involved is the digitizing of the various journals used by excavators at those who participate in these various excavations, making those journals readily available to digitize, and then taking that raw data and then digitizing it into an Excel spreadsheet. Once in that spreadsheet, I'm introduced into the equation and we're allowed to start fiddling, right? And what does that mean? That means we're going to take a look at how can I take this data, which is a mass amount of data varying from the type of artifact it is, where it was found on site, what condition it is, what the artifact is, all of that. And we're going to take that and put it into a master spreadsheet collected from a dozen other spreadsheets that trace everything from who wrote the journal that found the artifact, where it was found, by what team, what party, and what year, which was a interesting view on how archaeology had changed over the years. The people in 1960 did not excavate the same way people did in 1980. They did not store their artifacts the same way. They did not catalog their artifacts the same way. So we have a tremendous amount of raw data collected in different various ways. And now that I have access to it, I need to find a way to make it perceivable. Part of the way I was going to do that was making sure that our master data sheet, the master spreadsheet that contained every piece of information that we could possibly find about an artifact, is accurate, readable, and able to be accessed quickly. So once I work on that, we kind of take that data. That then means we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of the work and put it into a map. I wanted to provide a proof of concept that we can take raw data and put it into a easily accessible, easily viewable way of looking at it and make it something that would change your perspective, whether it be changing perspective on the site or archaeology. And the way that I chose to do that was with a 3D modeled map that was transposed on top of a handwritten site map. This allows us to have it allows you as the viewer to experience it how I did, which was this massive dissonance of handwritten archaeological notes and raw digital data. And I feel that this is representative of that. So at a basic level, what we're able to see here is a quantity of the amount of artifacts found on a specific grave site. And this is just the tip of what is possible now with the new digitizing of what we've looked at over the decades and centuries with archaeology. This allows us to reinterpret old data, reanalyze older conclusions, and even come up with some of our own new conclusions based on the same data that we've had for decades. This is, I think, a really critical component of this fellowship, is being able to look at the profession of archaeology that we've had, in a modern sense for over 2 centuries now, look at it and say, how can we look at the way that we've excavated and the way we've cataloged those excavations over those 2 centuries, and how can we put it into different conclusions with the changing of our worldview, with the changing of our technology, and the changing of our own, knowledge of the ancient world, the current world, and ourselves. Thank you so much.